Hey, how's it going? Dave from davesguitarplanet.com. This time we're going to take a look at jazz chords, or chords with the upper extensions. You might have looked at my 7th chord video about how to make 7th chords, and this time we're going to add the 9 and the 11 and the 13. For looking at the upper chord extensions, which we're going to do this time, it's convenient to use what we call a 2-5-1 chord progression. So the nice thing about the 2-5-1 progression, if we extend them to the 7th degree, for the 2 chord, we've got 1 flat 3-5 and a flat 7, so that makes a minor 7 chord. For the 5 chord, we've got 1 major 3, 5, flat 7. That makes a dominant 7 chord. And the tonic chord, 1, 3, 5, major 7. That makes your major 7 chord. So this would be a real common progression in jazz tunes. 2, 5, 1. In each one of these families, the 5th doesn't change, so the 5th doesn't add that much character to the chord. Again, it's what kind of a 3 and what kind of a 7 the chord has is what gives it essential character. Here it's got a flat 7 and a flat 3, and this one's got a major 3 and a flat 7, and this one's got a major 7 and a major 3. The 3, what I call chord families. So what if we throw one more note into the mix? 7th chords have 4 notes. If we look at the tonic chord, the 1 chord, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. So what can we do? We can take this 3 and we can move it down here to a 2. 2 and 9 are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 9. So a 9 is an octave above a 2. We can do this grip. Now I get a 3rd down here. The voicing would be 1, 3, major 7, 9, 5. You can even add a major 7 on top if you want a full 6-string voicing. If you don't, you can just play this voicing or this one. So this is going to be our major 7 family grip. If we take the 2 chord, before we had just this B minor 7, and here's a root, and here's a 2 or a 9, so we can do this, and that's a minor 9 chord. So 9 chords, instead of being 4-note chords, they're 5-note chords. Of course, on the guitar, it's often difficult to play all 5 notes because of the impossibility of the way the guitar is laid out. On the piano, you don't run into that problem. And with the sustain pedal, you can play 88 notes if you want to, all the keys on the piano. Can't do that on the guitar, but that's fine because we can toss out some of the notes that don't give that much character, the 5, for example. So this voicing is 1, flat 7, flat 3, 5, 9. So we get all five notes in there. And to play a dominant 9 chord, here's your regular dominant 7. Here's a root, we can go up to the 9 there. So now we have 1, major 3, flat 7, 9, and we can play a 3 up here. Here I'm borrowing the G, B, and E strings with my third finger, and then I kind of bridge over with my second finger. This is the same kind of shape as this B minor 7 before, but moved toward the floor one string. And now I press my first finger on the 6th fret to get the major third there. So I need to make a hole in between here to let that ring. Very common dominant 9 grip. Okay, so if we play the 2-5-1 progression extended to the 9th degree, we've got B minor 9, E dominant 9, and A major 9. You can play a major 7 on top. Those are the 9 chords. Next we're going to go to 11th chords. Now the 11th is kind of a special interval. You might remember that if we play the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So an 11 is just a fourth, an octave higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we play this open A chord and we play a D note, that's a 4 or an 11 in the key of A, there's an A suspended chord. So the 11 gives it kind of an open suspended feel. If we take the dominant chord and we want to add a 4, here's a 3, and half step above 3 is 4. Now we've got 3 notes in a row on the same fret, all on the 7th fret here, playing with my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger, and then keeping this root down here. This would actually call it a suspended 7 chord, because we don't have a 9. To play a full 11 chord, we should have all the odd numbers, 1, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 9, and 11. A minute ago we were playing the E dominant 9 chord. The intervals 1, major 3, flat 7, 9, 5. And we can take this major 3 and just move it up a half step to a 4, which is same as an 11. And world's easiest guitar chord, just now we've got the intervals 1, 11, flat 7, 9, 5. E11. Put a open E on the bottom. And the 2 chord, we had B minor 7. Here's B minor 9 with a 9 up here. Now, it's pretty difficult to have a 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9, and 11, so we're going to have to sacrifice some notes. So here's a common minor 11 grip. We've got a root, flat 7, flat 3, and 11. We don't have a 9 in this chord, but that's okay. Now let's talk about the major 11. Actually, we don't usually make a major 11 chord. If we took this major 7 and we played a 3 down here, we've got 1, 3, major 7. Okay, now if we move this 3 up to a 4, which is same as an 11, we end up with this. Well, your ear will tell you that doesn't work. And there's a couple reasons why. Look at this interval from the 3 to the 4. Here would be an octave. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But when we play a flat 9 interval, that's pretty dissonant. So this chord would have that inside of there. Another reason it doesn't work is it has a tritone between the major 7 and this 11 there. So tritones, that's one of the most dissonant intervals, so we don't normally play a major 11 chord. If we wanted to play the 2-5-1 progression extended to the 11th degree, we can play a B minor 11, dominant 11, E dominant 11 with a low root, and then we can just go back to a major 7 or a major 9 or just a major triad. You can mix these up. You can play a B minor triad, a dominant 7 chord or a dominant 9 chord, and then to a major 7 tonic. So you don't have to keep it 9-9-9 or 7-7-7. You can mix them up. Okay, let's talk about 13s. When we get to 13 chords, we're not going to play the 11 anymore because the 11 has that suspended sound. Let's first look at the dominant 11 chord, the E11. We've got a root, major 3, 5, flat 7, 9. We're not going to play the 11 now, and a 13. So we can take our 9 grip, 1, 3, flat 7, 9, 5. So a 13 is the same as a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6 and 13 are the same. So we can play like this. Would be a common dominant 13 grip with a root on the A string. And the major tonic, we can take this major 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's your 13 there. So if we can play this grip, 1, major 7, major 3, 13, and you can bar with your little finger to get a 9 up here, a major 13. Why don't we do a 2-5-1? We'll do a minor 9, a dominant 13, and a major 13. B minor 9, E dominant 13, E major 13. So that's as far as you go. Minor 13 we normally don't do. If I did it, this would be the 13. I can play it like this, but you get a tritone between the flat 3 and the 13. That's why we normally don't play a minor 13. It's possible if you want that dissonant sound to play. It's up to you, of course. It's all what you want and what you don't want. Okay, so just to review, triads: B minor, E major, A major. 7th chords: B minor 7, or like this, E dominant 7, A major 7. 9th chords: B minor 9, E dominant 9, or E9, A major 9. Of course, when we just say E7 or E9, we mean dominant 9. 11 chords: B minor 11, E dominant 11, E11, with a low E, and there's no major 11, so I'll play a major 7 or major 9, or I can play a major 13 if I feel like it. 13 chords, there's no minor 13, or not usually, so I'll play a minor 9, E dominant 13, A major 13. Alrighty, if you are looking at my website, I'll also put a PDF to the other grips, like a dominant 13 chord with a root on the bottom E string, major 7, major 9, etc., with a root on the A string. So click and print that if you feel like it. I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.